Hey everybody, Ian here, No-Lo Designs, doing another little walk around video of the truck. You guys seem to really like the video of the soft topper, so I figured I'd go ahead and kind of give a once over of what the truck's done so far, what we've done, and the build, and hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so we're going to try to start at the front and work our way back, and I'm going to try to cover all the random little things, whether it's just I added film to something or I chopped the chassis. There's a lot of little things that were done, so we'll just start at the front. I went ahead, I smoked out the Honda emblem in the front. That's Lamex film there. I did the same yellow treatment here on the blinkers. They do still flash in orange, so it works out that way. Have a set of Heretic Studio light pods, and then I did the same yellow Lamex treatment on them. They're mounted to the No-Lo Designs brackets, ditch light bracket. The wheels and tires are KMC Alpines with the Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack. It's a 255/75 R17. So for those of you guys keeping track, that's 32.1. In order to get that tire to fit on the truck, there is a significant amount of trimming that had to go on here in the rear. If you don't want to do the trimming, Traxta, who makes the 3.5-inch lift that is on the truck, does offer an axle relocation kit and essentially shoves the wheel forward in the wheel well, but there are still some issues there. If you get outside of your factory offset, you may have to do a spacer or something along those lines to keep the wheel from rubbing, but you can fit a 32.1-inch tire on the truck without having to trim the chassis. Continuing down the truck, I have a set of well visors. I went with these instead of I think it's AVS makes the in-channel ones. I got rid of those on the last truck because after a period of time I started to get wind noise, so I switched to these this time. They're working well, so I have no complaints. I did add these little tiny eyelets to the top of the truck, and I added those so that way when I put on the DAC tent on the back of the soft topper, or if I want to run, I have a awning from Slumberjack that is an A-frame that goes off the back of the truck. So I needed something to anchor them to, and that's where those eyelets at the front come in. Continuing around the truck, as always, we have the soft topper. Still a big fan of that. Things I've done back here, I relocated the 7-pin for the trailer harness, so that way it is out of the way and I can't rip it off. I've also made this custom plate to cover my trunk, and if you'll notice, the exhaust has been removed because I've smashed both the tips just dropping off of things. Inside the truck, nothing too crazy in here, honestly. Trunk setup, right now I've got a bunch of stuff in here. I've got an electric chainsaw and motocross boots and rubber boots, all kinds of things. As far as what I would usually have in here is none of this, and I keep air compressor, recovery stuff. It pretty much just lives in the truck at this point on my No-Lo Designs gear tray, and that's pretty much it for that. In the back of the truck, no other mysteries there. As far as the rest of the truck's concerned, it's really pretty stock, other than the 3.5-inch lift and the bigger tires. It's pretty much stock. We do have, obviously being No-Lo Designs, we have all of our skid plates that you can buy. We've got the front. We have some that you can't buy yet, but we are working on a catalytic converter protector. So we're redesigning this plate on the truck, and then we're going to tie it in. It's going to be a two-piece kit, and you're going to be able to protect your catalytic converter and also protect this PTO output shaft. here on going to the rear drive line. So that'll be really cool. Looking forward to having that out here in the coming months. We have our gas tank skid plate as well as our rear differential skid plate. You can't even see from over here. So I'll walk over here so you can see it. And so it just rests on the back. It's really nice because you don't lose any clearance. That was definitely one of the big things I wanted to cover when I did the design. And so, yeah, it works out really well. It tucks up nice and just gives you that little bit of extra peace of mind. A couple other things that we did with the truck that most people, I would say, if you're going to try to push or go somewhere with this platform that you aren't sure about, we definitely recommend monitoring your transmission temps for sure. You don't have low range, so you're really going to be pushing first gear pretty hard. So that's something that you're going to want to think about. And in order to do that, inside the truck, I just have a scan gauge 2, and it just sits right here. I leave it hooked up all the time and don't really mess with it too much. So got a couple things to follow there. It works out really well. I like it a lot. It does not bug me while I'm driving at night or anything like that. So, and then I also have a sprint booster in the truck. Still trying to figure out whether that was a worthy purchase or not. It does do exactly what it says it does, but I don't think the truck necessarily is benefiting from it wildly, and I'm not too worried. There's mosquitoes out here, so I'm kind of batting at them, but I'm not too worried about how, like, the throttle response necessarily, as far as picking up and getting out of situations or something like that. I know there's some guys who've talked about that. I'm more interested to see how it would play out during the kind of my off-road modes. Like, what would it do? Does it help the pedal if I want to try to use a sand mode, or if I want to try to use snow mode, the different drive modes, and then those have presets for your pedal. So I wanted to see if I could overcome them, which you can, which is nice. But I can't say that it necessarily really changes the dynamic of the vehicle all that much. But verdict's still out. I've got to do some actual more serious off-roading with the truck to figure out exactly if I think it's a valuable asset or not, but we'll see over time. Well, it'll play out. But yeah, so all in all, that is essentially the 2021 No-Lo Designs Honda Ridgeline in a nutshell. It's pretty close to stock with a handful of goodies that I think really make it easy for us to get out as a family and go wherever we really want to go. There are some places that I want to try to go that I probably shouldn't go with it, but so far so good. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and we'll see you out there. Hey guys, so I'm driving home and it dawned on me that I left a few things out on the Walkaround, so I'm just going to add these in. So when I did the 3.5-inch lift, I also had to add blanking on what the heck I had to add, but there we go. So I also had to add adjustable upper ball joints to the rear arms to get the camber right on the truck. And then when I did that, I actually was ending up with positive toe in the rear. So positive toe in the rear is absolutely terrible. You don't want positive toe in the rear. And I ended up making a set of control arms that I could adjust to get my toe right. So those are a couple of things that definitely happened along the way. That was an added expense I didn't foresee when I did the 3.5-inch lift, but it is part of the game. I feel like if you're trying to go 3.5 inches of lift, you're going to have to kind of go off grid and make your own stuff a little bit. I get it. I would like to see the kit be a little bit more complete and be able to really dial in your alignment and stuff like that, even with along with the rest of the kit, kind of the whole thing coming together at once. But it's good to see companies making stuff to get you there and give you the opportunity to do what you want to do with the truck. Something else that dawned on me as well is that visibility out the back with the soft topper is it's okay. It's not that great. So something to think about too when you get a soft topper. I mean, it works great. I love it. It's dry storage for days. never have anything bad to say about soft topper, but it will limit your visibility some, and that's something that you guys may want to think about or just, you know, be aware of. So, all right, we're gonna try to edit all these pieces together, and we'll make ourselves a little video. All right, guys, take her easy, and we'll see you next time.